Hi, I'm Ghost from ghostmusic.com, and you're listening to The Dev Room. But first, let's hear from our sponsors.
Today's episode is sponsored by ghostmusicom, the only place for developers to learn how to create their own video games, be better developers, as well as have a greater understanding and dialogue about being a better developer.
What is up, beautiful people? I just wanted to have a little bit of a conversation with you guys about all the programming languages that I've learned or I've acquired or I've gotten to know over the last couple years. And this is really no coincidence. So one of the main things and one of my biggest passions is game development. However, when you run your own indie studio, or you're building your indie studio, or you're just getting started, there's many different paths that software engineers or people that get into the industry actually fall down. And mine is not the only way, nor it is the greatest way. Many people in the industry may tell you not even to go down this path, but just the way that I was raised and the way that I operate makes me do this. And what I'm talking about is I have many different skill sets, from game development, web development, software engineering, and even the jobs that I've held they range in those expertise. And it kind of falls, or the way that I did it was, I kind of fall in the way that Gary Vaynerchuk actually describes it. Hey, you want to learn something new? You go get a job in that field, you learn that technique, you learn that skill set, and you bring it back to your business. Remember, everything that I do just for my business. I'm a solo developer, and there's specific things that I need my games or my application, software, whatever you want to call it, I need them to do. So when building this game, and yes, I'm still on my first indie game, but building this game, I needed to do very specific things, because the way that my mindset works is that I'm trying to create a universe. I'm not trying to just create a indie game for just passive fun. I want everybody to be engrossed. I want to be able to build the Disney of video games. Just how Nintendo has, their own universe where everything is separate. However, you treat it as one entity under the Nintendo umbrella, the same way you do Disney. I want my characters and I want my games to fall under that same quality, and I just want everything to be fun. Let's go with that. So many of the web development skill sets that I've learned is mostly for the REST API. It is a very complex yet simple system, and because I needed this structure, and I needed to be able to implement it into all of my games for many, I would say, years at this point. I was learning how to just build REST APIs and how to do them as best as possible. And when I ended up living in Florida for a little while, I actually got one of my first development roles because of the skill set that I was trying to learn, so I can be able to build my own website, so that I could be able to engross you guys to actually be a part of this. It was when I finally had joined that company. I don't want to talk about the names of these companies, so I'm just going to exclude them. So when I joined that company in Florida, and they were building a social media site, of course, as soon as they offered me the job, it was basically peanuts that they were paying me. I was not getting paid much, especially for the knowledge that I do have. But I joined them, and I was building components for it. And one of the main things that I was in charge of was building the REST API portions that I was using, and mostly it was for complex media queries. So it allowed me to get better at it, and because I had other developers that were doing similar things, I could ask them questions and rubber duck on them, and basically be able to build my own brand while asking them questions. Of course, this is, again, probably not the best way to do this, but the way that I was raised was that if you needed something done and you don't have the know-how, you find the answers for it and you end up building it. Plus, being a developer, to me, it's kind of silly to ask another developer, hey, I need you, I want you to build X, Y, and Z, when you already know how to program, how to set up all the stuff, and it's not that hard to find out how to do these things. And because of my background and, again, how I was raised, I'm gonna go find these answers. And this is why we're kind of a little delayed on the game. But joining them, getting all the answers from them, or getting some answers from them, getting the proper know-how and knowledge to do this stuff, it's made me a better developer. Again, a lot of people don't really like what I do, because they generally say that you're a jack of all trades, you'll never master one skill set. But for me, it's not about mastering a skill set. It's more about being able to do the product the way that I want, and structuring it the way that it needs to be structured, so that it's a better end product for you guys. It's never been about being able to say that I'm like the greatest developer of all time, because trust me, there's no way anybody anywhere can ever tell you that. It's just really not. There's stuff that I don't know. There's probably stuff that even people that created software engineering or created these languages still don't know about their programming languages. They know that they can do these sort of concepts, but there's probably stuff that novices find out about the software or about the language themselves, and they end up doing something that it was not even originally intended to do. So don't fall into any of those traps that somebody says, hey, I know everything about everything there is to know about stuff. It's not. It's physically impossible. But the know-how and the knowledge that you earn from, talking to colleagues, getting mentors, all this sort of stuff builds into what you want to do. And again, me going to different places, learning different things, making myself basically the person that I need to be able to create these sort of applications for you guys. And for me, that never changes. Like, that's the only thing that I want to do in life, and that's create these games. But in order for me to be able to do that, I need these different mindsets and knowledge that I just didn't have, that by doing these specific odd jobs or going these specific places or doing all these stuff allow me to get more clarity on the stuff that I want to do or be able to do. And I know that it sounds like I'm rambling, but it's just me with a microphone laying out exactly how I feel. But I'm being serious. If you need to do something, and this is literally the message of the whole thing, if you need to do something and you don't know how to do it, I don't care what you have to do. I really don't. You need to go out there. You need to find a way to do it. You need to find somebody that knows how to do it. Learn from that person or pay the person. It doesn't matter. But you need to be able to get it done. And that's just it. You need to be able to get it done. If you really have a passion for what you're doing and you really have a dream about what you're doing, then I don't care what needs to be done. I don't care how long it takes you to get it done. But you need to be able to get it done. And that's literally what I'm doing. Just one guy learning several different techniques, different languages to get shit done. And with that one, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.